make some soup today. Hello there. It's officially fall. I mean, it's been officially fall for a couple of weeks now, but it really feels like fall, and I just want soup. I want soup every day. And the soup I want is this amazing homemade minestrone soup that my sister-in-law, I made with my sister-in-law a couple of times this summer that she had been making for her family. And when we were in Utah together, we made it together, and it is just so delicious. So I have her recipe, which I don't have the original source for. I think she said it was off Pinterest. If I can get the original source for the recipe, I will include it below. But this is like her version of it anyway, and honestly, I'm kind of ad-libbing. So I have a ton of zucchini in my fridge that needs to be cooked. So I'm gonna put a lot of zucchini in. So I got lots of zucchini. I've got a whole bunch of celery, about 5, like the equivalent amount of carrots, 1 onion. I'll probably put in a bunch of garlic because I really like garlic. Probably put in all of these green beans, which are looking a little peaked, even though they expire tomorrow. All right, we'll have to look at the green beans. If not, I might have some in the freezer. Frozen, oh, I don't know if I have frozen spinach. You're supposed to put frozen spinach in, but I'm not sure I have frozen spinach. But I might have some actual not frozen spinach to put in the end. A bunch of beans. I'm putting in way more than they say. I'm gonna put in, they say 2 cans, but I'm gonna put in one that's like basically 2.5 cans. Plus another can. And then they say diced tomatoes, but I'm doing 1 can of diced, 1 can of crushed. I don't think I have any tomato paste. That's all right, we'll live without it. And at the end, I'm putting in some brown rice pasta. This is gonna be yummy. There's a whole bunch of spices too. Basil, thyme, oregano, a couple of bay leaves. I thought we'd cook it together because this is too good a recipe not to share. And this is a good transitioning between seasons recipe. I think either summer to fall or spring to summer, because you can put a lot of more spring-like, summer-like, I guess, produce in there, like the squash specifically. And that just gives it a kind of a vibrance, and it's not as heavy as maybe like a lentil soup or something like that, which I will probably make later in the month. Oh, also vegetable broth. So I'm using my favorite, Better Than Bouillon. It's so nice to use. And I'm just gonna throw everything in, I'm gonna chop everything up now. We're gonna throw it in the pot in stages. I'll show you as I go, and I will type down the recipe in the description if you guys want to try it yourself. Of course, you know, make with it what you will. And here we go. I'm gonna start chopping. I'm watching Casey Neistat while I do that. I was like, what hole have I been living under where I just now am watching Casey Neistat? Okay, it took me a long time to chop those things. I should have known. I have to leave to pick up my kids in like 45 minutes, so I'm hoping, a little bit less than that, I'm hoping that I can at least get this to the simmering stage by then. I think I should be able to. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on medium. I'm gonna get a little olive oil going in here. Just probably about tablespoon and a half. I don't know. I just eyeballed that. Get that heated up. I've already put together my stock just to make it from the bouillon. You just put it in some hot water, basically. And then when that's heated, I'm gonna put my garlic. I'm gonna crush my garlic in using my garlic press. My onion, my celery, and my carrots. Get those going for about 5 minutes, and then I'll add in everything else. I went digging in my pantry because just looking at how much veggies I have just to start with the base here. I ended up putting in a lot more garlic than I showed you too, like a lot more. I was like, I'm not gonna have enough tomatoes. Luckily I had another can of diced tomatoes, and I found some tomato paste to have after all. So I gotta add those things to my grocery list So I restock them. That's the thing I like to do with groceries now, and that's why I keep my list on my phone. Whenever I use up something that I know I want to replace as a staple or as not a staple or whatever, I put it immediately onto my phone list. I have a list just for that. And that way, more likely than not, will not forget it at the grocery store. So anyway, this has been going for about 4 minutes. I'm gonna give it 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna add basically everything else in except for the pasta. And I didn't look at my freezer to see if I have spinach. Let me have a look. No frozen spinach, but I do have fresh spinach that's apparently expired a few days ago, but it looks fine. So I'll put that in to finish. I think it'll be fine. I'll smell it obviously before I do that. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. I'm gonna open these cans. I'm gonna put in all the tomatoes. I still need to chop up my zucchini and beans, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I should have been doing that while this was cooking. Whoops! I added in all of the tomatoes, all of the zucchini, the spices, the beans, the broth, and then finally the green beans, which I just finished chopping. And I think it looks good. So I'll give you guys a glamour shot here. Whoa, yeah. So we want this to come to a boil and then simmer. So I'm hoping it comes to a boil before I have to go, and then it can simmer while I'm out. That's fine. It's a very quick time that I'm out to get the kids. I need to make their lunches now, so multitasking at its best, but the main bulk of this is done. I just gotta clean up. We'll add the spinach and the pasta in later. Okay, I literally have to go in 3 minutes. This is boiling hard. Let me put this in the sink. So let's bring this down. You know what, guys, I'm considering just putting the pasta in it, to be perfectly honest. Is it gonna fall apart? Maybe. It might. But I might just leave it with the top off. Put the pasta in it. Because I want to eat it when I get back. If you're curious, I've been multitasking and getting the kids' lunch ready. My children literally will mutiny if I don't serve them grilled cheese. I have tried often and many a times to change the lunch menu, but no, it's grilled cheese with a side of fruit, cucumbers, and hummus. That's what it's gotta be. And if I don't feed it to them right when we get home from picking them up, they will also have a complete panic attack. So what I've come up with is a system where I grill the sandwich. Well, I don't grill it. I make the sandwiches on the stove, and then I put them in a very low toaster oven. And so they're still kind of warm when we get back. It's not the same as having a freshly made grilled cheese, but nobody panics and everybody eats it. So we'll take it. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up this part and I will show you the soup when I get back with everything else in it, but it's gonna be yummy. I'm holding it in my hand. Hi! Hi. So we just got back. The soup looks great. The pasta looks perfect. I'm gonna throw in the spinach, which looks fine and smells fine. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in because you know what? Spinach, when it wilts down to nothing. Now I will say that there's just not gonna be a lot of liquid left in this soup, especially with the pasta and now the spinach going in. So it's a rather chunky soup, and that's personally the way I like it. I like it that way. If you want it to be more liquidy, just add more vegetable stock or even just water if you want a less intense flavor. I like a really intense flavor. Now you can see I've been stirring this for what, like 20 seconds, and it's already almost ready. Almost fully wilted. I think just another second here. I'll plate it up and we'll give it a taste. Actually, let's taste the broth before I take it out of the pot. It's really hot. Sorry, you got a shot of my pimple, aren't you excited? Mmm, that's delicious. I didn't add any salt. I didn't think I needed it. The stock has a bit of salt in it, so I'm gonna plate my soup and then I'll join you guys. And there it is, Tell me that isn't glorious. Look at that beautiful soup. It's piping hot, but it is absolutely scrumptious. Okay, and Cece wants everybody to see them eating their lunches too. We call Donnie Mr. Hummus. Remember that big blob of hummus I had in there? I literally sat him down a minute ago. Hummus is pretty much gone. He's Mr. Hummus. And there's Cece girl. Sweetie Cece. The steam from the soup is in my shot. How's your lunch, guys? Good. Good. Do you like it? Yeah. All right, well, that's a wrap on the soup episode. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed. If you make the soup, let me know what you think of it. I hope it turns out delicious. You could put rice in it instead. You could put other kinds of pasta in it. You could skip the pasta altogether. You could put other veggies in it. You can really just make it your own. Anyway, happy fall. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.